10 of the most dangerous animals you must stay away from. Humans get to encounter very dangerous animals more often than we think. Some are cuddly as much as deadly. Watch on as you discover some truly scary creatures, from very tiny ones to those so big that you could never miss them, but you will most definitely wish you had missed them. Sharks get to star as the most deadly in blockbusters, but here are facts that prove that this creature is not even close to being the scariest in the planet. Before we proceed, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more amazing content. Number 10. Sharks. Now don't get it mixed up. Sharks have been made to look deadly in movies, which is quite not the case. Most time when one has an encounter with a shark in a movie, it most often attacks, but in a real life scenario, it's the reverse. Sharks are quite harmless, except for when that one is quite ferocious, that is the tiger shark. Most sharks are playful and harmless and do not quite find humans to be a delicacy. So my suggestion for you the next time you get an encounter with a shark is to just give it the respect it deserves and move away from it. Number 9. Ants. There are more than 12,500 species of ants in the world today. Many of them are harmless, but the world's most dangerous ants have stings that can kill. Some, like the bullet ants, are not so toxic, but much more painful. You will likely pass out from pain after the worst imaginable hour of your life and then succumb to dehydration or shock. That goes for many of the other ants too, but the only ant that could potentially devour you is the scaffle, the African driver ant, and also the bulldog ant. You better avoid getting close to these species as their stink lasts several hours. Number 8. Bees and wasps. These dangerous insects have been proven to be deadly. You just gotta stay away from them like your life depends on it, which it actually does. Each year, 50 to 100 people die from bee and wasp stings. Most die from an allergic reaction to venom within an hour of the sting. About 1% of the population is allergic to bee and wasp venom. The deadliest of them all is the Japanese hornet, whose stinger is typically 6 millimeters, that is 1/4 in, and it contains a potent venom that in cases of multiple hornets stinging simultaneously can kill a human. I would dread a bee whose favorite delicacy is another bee, as these bees feed on other bees. Number 7. Deers. While it's definitely surprising to see them on this list, the only deer known to attack humans are rotting bugs. During the rut, which is sometime in November, bugs become territorial, aggressive, and lose much of their fear of humans. They have attacked humans before, but this is exceedingly rare. There have been high fatality rates, but it's not for the most obvious reason you think, the horns. It is rather due to road crossing during late nights or early mornings by the deer, which have resulted to fatal accidents. So you need to be quite vigilant when driving through lonely and bushy roads, because a deer could just run from any side of the road. Number 6. Elephant. Well, I guess this doesn't come as a surprise to anyone due to the size and weight of elephants. They can be very dangerous too. While many people in the West regard elephants with affection and admiration, the animals often inspire fear and anger in those who share their land. A musk elephant, wild or domesticated, is extremely dangerous to both humans and other elephants. In zoos, bull elephants and musks have killed numerous keepers. This happens when the normally friendly animals have become uncontrollably enraged. Most elephant attacks happen if they are injured or feel endangered, so you better be careful on your next safari. Number 5. Hippos. Hippos are aggressive and considered very dangerous. They have large teeth and tusks that they use for fighting off threats, including humans. Sometimes their young fall victim to adult hippos' tempers. Ungainly as it is, the hippopotamus is the world's deadliest large land mammal, killing an estimated 500 people per year in Africa. Hippos are aggressive creatures and they have very sharp teeth, and you would not want to get stuck under one. At up to 2,750 kilograms, they can crush a human to death. Yeah, I know how scary that sounds. At least now you know what may happen if you dare have a one-on-one encounter with one. Also watch out when swimming, cause they might as well be waiting patiently in the pond or river. Number 4. Crocodiles. Talking of animals that can live in water and patiently calculate and imagine how they could devour their prey, we dare not leave out the crocodile. Crocodiles will eat anything that moves, including large mammals, says Simon Pooley of Big Bird College. A crocodile's jaw crushes down on its victim with 3,700 pounds per square inch of force. That's more than 3.5 times the bite of a lion and 25 times that of a human. Historically, crocodile attacks are 100 times deadlier than shark attacks and far more frequent, ranging from harrowing individual confrontations to a mass attack on World War II soldiers. That sounds very painful and could be the most agonizing way of dying, so to say the least, stay away from them. Number 3. Dogs. They say the dog is a man's best friend, but also we know the saying, there is a fine line between love and hate. So man's best friend could also be man's worst enemy. How does this come about? Rabies. This is one of the most severe diseases that humans can contract from dogs and cats, as well as even smaller animals such as ferrets. A recent study reported by MNT found the disease kills around 59,000 people worldwide every year. That is an alarming number, so you might just make sure you vaccinate your dog and do frequent checkups in order not to fall victim. Besides this, dogs are very loving and caring animals. Watching movies and documentaries have made us look at this animal as creepy and somewhat disgusting. So let's get to this. Number 2. Centipedes. Centipedes are carnivorous and venomous. They sting and eat their prey, which typically consists of insects and worms. To make it short, centipedes rarely bite humans, but when they do, it is usually because they feel threatened. Most people will only experience short-term pain, skin inflammation, and redness following a centipede bite. However, some people may be allergic to the venom that the centipede injects into the skin. The modern centipede isn't too dangerous, but this is dreaded because of its ancestors. Myriapods. Myriapods arose most likely from marine ancestors that invaded the land more than 400 million years ago. These ones were gigantic and the most deadly of all centipedes, and they also looked very creepy. Before we get to number 1, here is a 5-second challenge. Drop a big thumbs up, subscribe, and comment once done. Let's go! Number 1. Snakes. The creepiest, the most cunning, dangerous, and fatal of all makes it to the top of this list. Who wouldn't dread a snake? About 600 species are venomous, and only about 200 are able to kill or significantly wound a human. In most cases, snake bites are preventable. Snakes are not aggressive towards humans unless they feel threatened, and they will not attempt to flee before biting a human. But if they successfully hit the target, it almost always turns out fatal. Which one of these animals is most scary to you? Tell us in the comments. Well, maybe you and I have a common animal we would flee without looking back just in case we encountered it. Do not forget to like this video, share with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more educative videos.